Good morning and welcome. I'm in Toronto and behind me is Union Station, and that's where my journey today begins. I'm taking Via Rail's Canadian from here in Toronto all the way across Canada to Vancouver. The entire reason for me coming to Canada was to take this train, and I can't tell you how excited I am. So let's go on inside, get checked in, and get this journey started. I just checked in, dropped off my bag, and for the first time ever, riding on a train, I'm in a sleeper car, which gives me access to the business lounge. So let's go check that out. I'm here in the business lounge and just reserved my lunch and dinner times for today. But this place is pretty nice. There's really not any food, but they do have lots of drinks and stuff like that. I've got tons of food with me. But yeah, nice place. I can't tell you how excited I am to take this train across Canada. The whole reason for the previous 5 videos, when I went to New York, Montreal, Quebec, Ottawa, and Toronto, is because of riding this train. I'm meeting the rest of my family in Vancouver, where we're going to take a 7-night Alaskan cruise. But because I'm a teacher and have the summers off, I'm in no rush to get to Vancouver. So I'm taking the slow, scenic route to get there, and I can't tell you how excited I am. They just made the call for boarding, so now headed down to track 17. Can't wait, so excited about this. Escalator up to the platform.
Thank you.
This is beautiful.
Good morning, bonjour. How
Good
are you?
morning, bonjour.
What's your car number today?
11.
11, we can do that. 2 more cars up on the right.
All right, thank you. Thank you. I've never seen a train so shiny before in my life. Holy cow, it's beautiful. They said first door on the right, so maybe this is it. Hello, train 11, car 11? This is it, perfect. All right, of 1U. Yeah, all right, thank you. All right, here we go. Very exciting. It's 9:55 a.m. The train has just departed on time for right now. We'll see how long it stays that way. So excited for this trip. So glad I'm here. I'm in the Dome car with Toronto back behind me. What a great place. I'm looking forward to this ride. Been looking forward to this for over a year now. So glad that I'm here. So what do we have here?
So this is salmon, salami, ham, and shrimp.
Okay, I want to get a salami if you don't mind. Yeah. Thank you. They just came around and gave out canapes, so I have a salami and I'm going to try it. Don't want to talk with my mouth full. It's very good.
If you go to the coffee station down the hallway to the right, there's hot water, 6 different tea options, hot chocolate, coffee. I'll be publishing them on a regular basis, but just in case I miss it, feel free to let me know and I can come get that coffee going for you. I work from 6 in the morning all the way to 11:30. So in the middle of the night, there might not be a fresh pot of coffee, but I will be there at 6 to do so for you. With that being said, if you have any questions at any point in time, please come and see me.
I found a good spot here in the lounge car to do some work and then look out the windows. Great spot.
Which we'll get into a little more about tomorrow, but because these strong influences are so French and Francophones in both provinces, Ontario has really good resources that flow between into the middle of that, which is Ontario between both. And they've got French schools, they've got good divisions to learn French, either in immersion or full French. So it's a wonderful concept as a population of 13.5, like we mentioned. Now, if we take a moment to look outside our windows, here you will see some beautiful trees surrounded by many, in fact, beautiful forests. In fact, 66% of Ontario is considered forest. Indeed, I found these wonderful forests hit one of my personal favorite hidden gems. So this goes back to a little bit of my history. So like I said, I was born and raised in Manitoba. Manitoba's the next door province from Ontario. And Winnipeg is very close to the border of Ontario. It's about an hour and 15 minutes out. So there's a lot of different things that bring, but the idea of cabin country as a concept is it brings people together during the summer, during the nice days. Because we have 50,000. In fact, it contains about a third of the world's fresh water. Now, that's a compliment. That's a lot, eh? Specifically, it also has.
This is so awesome riding on this train. This car that I'm in now, there's several of these dome cars, and upstairs, of course, is the dome, and then down here at this part, they've got tables. I've got my area set up right there to work on the computer, and there's some other seating areas right over here. And then you walk down this way. And there's this car that also has some seats that people can sit in. I think this is an activities room. They've got some puzzles over here, some games, cards, books, and then the dining car is in the next car over. Oh yeah, just a great place. A lot of fun. Coffee. Got some of that. There's some cookies, orange juice, water. Yeah, why not? Great time.
What does the word Ontario mean? A, beautiful water. B, big body water. C, beautiful lake. D, all of the above. D. All of the above is correct. 400 for the Jello Jigglers.
Nice job.
Good guys are doing great. I remember
We're playing
this one,
trivia.
on the first
This is
try
pretty
to
fun,
win.
but Andy and I
Awesome.
are not doing so
Who's
well.
Canadian here?
We're both American, by the way. So here comes our question.
When was the first Ado Railway opened? A. June 15th, 1802. B. September 27th, 1825. C. August 12th, 1870. D. November 5th, 1910.
Go with B. Yeah, we'll go with B.
Correct.
Good job.
Good guess.
We got it.
Correct. For Stockton and Darlington with a combination of 19 kilometers for the first railway.
All right. I'm in the dome car. I was on the bottom, now I'm walking up to the top, and this is where there's the seats with the panoramic views of the ride. So this is looking up to the front of the train and has the views all around. That's so beautiful. My starter, I got a Greek salad, and it looks fantastic. Can't wait to dive into it. For my meal, I have the beef tenderloin, medium rare. This meat is so good. It's dessert time, and the choices were chocolate cake and dulce something or other. I don't know the name of it, but it's basically a caramel cheesecake. What is the name of this cake?
Dulce de leche.
Dulce de leche. Can you say it for this?
Sure, I don't say it properly, but dulce de leche.
Dulce de leche, okay. Caramel cheesecake. Dulce de leche, very good. I can't eat very much of it, but fantastic. This is Malcolm from Tasmania, and he's a really cool guy. He's a farmer, and Malcolm has the chocolate cake. Malcolm, how's your chocolate cake?
Very good, and I normally don't like chocolate. I've got to eat it to get it out of my sight.
I like that, very good. So here at dinner, it's a community.
The chef right behind you.
Oh, perfect. Here at dinner, it's community seating, so you sit with people that you don't know. At least me as a solo traveler, I didn't know anybody I'm sitting with, but we've had a great conversation and just had a great time eating with these nice people.
And I looked at them and I said, I didn't buy it, I made it. Right?
Finished dinner, and they told us we're going to have a fresh air stop in about 10 minutes. So looking forward to that. Getting off the train, getting some fresh air, Malcolm come through. Open the door. You got it? All right, perfect. Back in the game room here. So I'm at my first fresh air break, and it is called what?
Cabriel.
Cabriel.
Yeah.
Cabriel.
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 Yeah.
Cabriel, Ontario.
Yeah.
Still in Ontario. This is Sydney, who's my, not room attendant, my bunk attendant, I guess you could say. All right. Oh my gosh, it feels so good out here. Cabriel. And there is the train. And it goes way up this way as well. I think there's a station down there, but this is a very small area. If there's a town here, I don't know about it because it's so small. Like, I feel like we're out in the middle of nowhere. Wow. Lake right over here. Got the sun coming down back behind me. What are you finding there, Malcolm?
Lucerne.
What is that?
Lucerne?
Lucerne.
Yeah, that's some of the best cattle feed you can get.
Really?
Yep, and horsey people pay up to $20 a bale for it.
For that?
Oh, well, a bale,
right,
you know, a small
for a-
bale.
Wow.
Yep, yep.
And there it is, just on the side of the track.
Yeah, and it's surprising here and with the rubble, it's growing so well, but lucerne does root down, and why it does so well, the water runs and it'll probably get twice the rainfall it's over there.
Oh, that makes sense.
And when you think about it, and that you'll often know if you're driving through an area where they grow lucerne, always on the side of the road, the lucerne's really good, you know.
Wow.
As soon as I saw it, I thought, that's lucerne. Typical farmer, you know, you go everywhere looking.
Yeah.
But I always look at the trees on a place, and you can tell what the soil's by the trees. And when I've bought and sold farms, if I go to a place where I see that what they call the white gums, the scribbly gums, you walk away from it because
Oh, really?
they're not so good at land where they are.
Oh, I see. I see.
What are these things?
I don't know what these are. They're all over the place, though, aren't they?
Oh, they're a sort of a flying
Yeah.
storm fly.
I don't think it's a mosquito or anything.
Yeah,
thank
well,
goodness.
I don't want the mosquitoes because I know what they can give you problems like.
Yeah.
But, and I
Definitely
tell you
not.
what, they got the noisiest damn. If you hear one,
Yeah, no, not fun.
Yeah.
Not fun at all.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go walk down there to the river, I think. I see some people down there, so as long as I don't venture off too far, I suppose.
Yeah, well, I don't know whether to get down that. Oh, yeah, that's.
Okay, there is a little town up that way. This station is just out in the middle of nowhere, but I do see there is a little town there. I don't know if this is a river or it looks like a lake, I suppose. These little bugs.
Yeah, they're biting good.
They're just all over the place. Goodness gracious. Yep, first fresh air stop and have the beautiful train back behind me. What a great trip. This has just been so much fun so far. I know this is just the first day, but just a great time. Christina, right? Christina. Christina from Poland.
Yes.
Yeah, awesome. Their stop was here like in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, station's right over there.
Okay.
Yeah, want to ride, Rick?
Back behind me is my favorite car on the train, the Skyline car. I've not yet been to the park car in the very back, but the Skyline car has been wonderful. The only bad thing about this stop is the bugs are really bad. It's not mosquitoes, it's some other kind of little bug. They're flying all over the place. They're probably actually on the camera. There's one. I've had a magnificent first day here riding the Canadian. We left Toronto and had one stop in Capriole. Got to get out and stretch my legs, but this has just been a great train ride. The people I've met have been fantastic. The workers on board have been great. The views, even though there's no mountains or anything like that, we've seen so many lakes and rivers and streams and thousands and millions and billions of trees. But it's just been so much fun. This is just a great group of people, a great train, and I'm so glad I've got 3 more days of this. I think it's almost bedtime. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Night.
Good morning. It's day 2 on the Canadian. Had a great night's sleep. Here in a little while I'll show you what my bunk looks like, or at least sometime on this video I'll show you what my upper bunk looks like. It's much bigger than what I would have thought in the first place. So now it's time for breakfast and headed that way. I have no idea where we're at.
We're just past Long Lac currently.
Long Lac. All right. So the car attendant Mimi said we've just passed Long Lac. Again, I have no idea where that's at, but sounds good to me.
If you like.
You know, I would actually.
Oh, there's an
if I could
opening,
open the window.
Well,
And...
I think there's one there.
I get thrown off the train.
I reckon. But I tell you what, I cleaned it up.
He likes it. No,
I noticed the other couple they had left about half it. Yeah, you were there.
I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had just a little bit of mine. I had the cheesecake.
Oh, yeah.
And it was so sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, God, you should have tried the chocolate.
I'm sure. I'm not a huge chocolate fan.
It was
well,
like death by chocolate.
Get them out of my sight. So I had a little pig under each arm, squealing like mad. Put them in the sty and went back and got them. I got 4 little piglets. So anyhow, this time Dad got the butcher down from the town. He wanted a few little porkers for the shop. And he said, oh, the boys got 4 little porkers over there. Bob, have a look at them. He said, they're better pigs than yours, huh? Anyhow, Dad got £2.5 for his, and I got £2.10 for mine. And I went straight down to the post office, because that was where the Commonwealth Bank was, and I opened up a bank account with 10 quid. A 9-year-old kid with 10 quid, like you'd have thought, like you were made, like, you know. Anyhow, and it wasn't long afterwards, and this is quoted too. The old bike I had more buckles and what have you, and there was a billboard at the little shop, and there was a Melbourne Star bicycle for sale for 2 quid.
Oh,
And I said to Dad, oh look, there's a bike for sale down there. I could open and shut the gates for you, ride down to that. No, he said, I can't afford it. You've got your own money, you buy it. Well, it was like cutting a finger off my hand to take 2 quid out of the bank. But it didn't quite work that way, because I did get a bit of interest on the money I had in these. And if I asked a question, because he did say to me on many occasions, ask no questions and you'll be told no lies. And Dad being a practical bloke, and I says, but he said, that's what the goat does. And I says, hey? He said, that's what the horses eat. He just kept going on and on. And I thought to myself, back then we never had the opportunity that children have got today. And I think we've spoiled them, but then you don't want to see them not have opportunities, sort of thing. And I just think to myself, well, I was happy with what I done in my day. I mean, I made my own billy cart, and it was only a banana case with a few pram wheels on it, and I put a set of shafts in it. My younger sister, she was in it, and anyhow I was going down this hill and she said, stop, and I said, what's wrong? And I turned around and one of the shafts, would you believe, hit me in the teeth and knocked one of my front teeth out.
Oh no! Off the train in Armstrong, Ontario. This is another fresh air stop. Luckily, the bugs don't seem to be as bad here as yesterday. I do smell the smoke though. They're having wildfires in Western Canada, and even here I can smell the smoke. Hey, Pitty. Hey there. Hey there. How are you? How are you? Yeah. Good to see a dog on the trip. That is a darn good looking sign, isn't it? Yeah. Rachel, who has the bunk below me, this is her last name here in this town, so she wanted to get a picture here at the sign. It's just so great to be able to get off the train and get out and walk a little bit, because you certainly don't get much exercise while you're on the train. Basically all I'm doing is just walking around, trying to get as many steps in as possible. And whenever they call for the all aboard, you can't be too far from the train, because you got to make sure you can get back there on time before they take off. And what was your name again? James. James, who is a tour guide of a big group that's on board the train, pointed out that there's a unique group of buildings here. We have the Liquor Control Board of Ontario right there. Then over here we have the Happy Time marijuana shop. And of course right in between you have the church. So interesting setup right here in Armstrong, Ontario.
the menu. Eat, drink, be merry, enjoy your lunch today.
I'll do a cranberry. Cranberry for sure. And for the main course? And I'm gonna go for ginger beef. Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to get, so I don't like mushrooms, so I'll put, but I heard you say grapefruit. I want to get some grapefruit. Yeah. And then the ginger beef for sure. Yeah. Today's lunch is ginger beef. I'm so excited to try this. I didn't have breakfast this morning, and this looks great. This ginger beef is really good. It's the spot. So this chocolate brownie is really rich, but it's really good. I'm probably not going to be able to eat all of it, but I'll try. This is my bunk buddy Rachel, and she's from Ottawa, and she's headed out to Edmonton on business. So anyhow, we've had lunch together. It's just they've got this community seating, and you just have lunch with whomever. And just happened to be she came in at the same time as me. So yeah, she's in the bottom bump down below, and I'm up at the top. I tell you, this ride has such amazing views along the way. I haven't recorded hardly any of them. There's just so many, way too many to try to get in one video. We're stopped here on the tracks. We've had several stops along the way, but this is a really good one because we actually have a nice scenic viewpoint. Mimi is about to give a Manitoba talk upstairs in the dome car, so I think I'm going to go listen for a little while.
I'm talking about Manitoba because it happens to be my home. It was where I was born and raised. And there's a lot of things on Manitoba that a lot of people don't know that I think is really fantastic. And I'll be talking a bit about my favorite parts as well as like the history of the province, because it's actually one of my favorite things to talk about the province. The word Manitoba originates from the language Aboriginal people who lived here, means muddy waters.
We're still in Ontario, but right now we're getting into where the smoke is pretty thick from the wildfires, unfortunately. You can smell it. It's fairly strong, but obviously you can definitely see it out the windows. Train number 2 from Vancouver to Toronto is about to pass us in a few minutes. So cool. I'm in the dome car, and train number 2 from Vancouver to Toronto just passed us. And this is Christina, and she lives in Montreal. She's originally from Poland, but she said she's lived in Montreal for like 6 years. And she actually has one of the bunks across from my bunk. And she has a really cool story. So Christina is biking, she's taking the train to Vancouver, and then she's getting on her bike that's on the train here, and she's going across Canada all the way back to Montreal. So
that's right.
So Christina, how long will that take you to do that?
Well, I'm a pretty slow cyclist, so I will need 2.5 miles to do this trip.
And that's slow?
Yes, that's slow. There are people who manage to go all across Canada in a month.
Oh my gosh.
They need to be athletes to cycle that fast. Now my pace will be
yeah, pretty relaxed, especially in British Columbia where there are hills. I'll take my time. So I'll cycle on average like 60-70 kilometers in British Columbia, and then once I get stronger,
Okay.
then I'll try to do more kilometers in a day, like up to 100.
Up to 100 kilometers per day. So for back in the United States, 100 kilometers is about 60 miles in one day. Well,
Yes.
okay, but that's doable, I suppose.
Yeah, that's doable.
Okay, if you
even
just-
when you take a lot of breaks,
Right.
If you have all day to cycle, it's doable.
So what will you do at nighttime? Like as far as like, where will you sleep? Do you have a tent, or will you stay at different places?
I have a tent,
Okay.
so I will camp a lot. But also I will take advantage of this amazing online community called Warm Showers. It's a community of cyclists that support other cyclists. So you can find hosts in different places around the world.
Okay.
When you travel by bike, and people take you in, offer you a warm shower, but also offer you a bed or a place in their yard where you can put your tent.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a very nice way to meet other people who are also into cycling.
So if you're into cycling, you want to look up warm cycles,
Warm showers.
warmshowers.com maybe, or warm showers. And
It's a non-profit.
okay,
It's only $30 to join. There's
Okay.
a one-time fee.
yeah.
And then you get access to all the information about people who are in warm showers. It's
Nice.
very cool. I've already used that, and I'm looking forward to meeting more people through warm showers during this trip.
That is so cool. And so she sounds like me. Like for me, when I travel, you know, obviously I love the scenery and I love to ride on these trains and see different things. But my favorite thing is to meet new people, like Christina here, and she sounds to be the same way. So
Yes, I'm really looking forward to meeting different types of Canadians.
yeah.
Well, I've just become Canadian. I've got my citizenship this year, and I.
Well, congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
Yay, good job.
So yeah, it will be interesting to see what people are like in Alberta, Manitoba, Saskatchewan. These provinces I've never been to, but I've been curious about them for many years now.
That's great. That is great. Awesome. She told me she's getting some bear spray in Vancouver because when she goes through, especially British Columbia, you know, there are bears.
That's true. You need to be careful in British Columbia and in Alberta.
Right.
Yeah, you can meet a bear on
Yeah.
the way, so it's highly recommended to carry a spray with you when you do this kind of trip.
Yeah, I
Just in
agree.
case.
I agree. So cool to meet people like Christina on this trip, and I think her journey's awesome. That's so amazing she's doing that. So thanks for doing this. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I believe we pulled up for our next fresh air stop. All right, we have arrived in Sioux Lookout. Are we still in Ontario?
Yeah,
Still in Ontario. Oh my gosh, Sioux Lookout, Ontario, still. It is so smoky out here.
10 minutes or so, yeah.
I want to walk up to the train station. Sioux Lookout, Ontario.
Carry on, brother. Carry
Thank
on.
you, thank you. By the way, I forgot to tell you, you have a nice head of hair.
Yes,
You know?
I think I do.
God only created so many perfect
Yes,
heads,
well,
and
I
the
mean,
rest he put hair on.
We might have to do our hair every morning with a razor or something like that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you never know.
Yeah, that's right, that's right. Here's the station, Sioux Lookout. There's the baggage car. First time I've had a chance to come up and see the engine. And there it is. That was cool to get to go up and see the engine. They're putting fuel on. Lots of people out here stretching their legs. Even though it's smoky, it's still good to be outside. Once I get back on board, I think it's time to go find the shower and take a shower on the train for the first time.
You get days off, so it's
Yeah,
nice,
well,
yeah.
well, back home, the COVID lockdown created a lot of people working from home.
Yeah.
And what happened, they decided, well, this is all right.
Let me give you a tour of the bathroom. So lock the door there. We've got a sink, the mirror, soap, hand sanitizer, and what's funny is they've got this frosted window, but yet you can actually look out this part. Tissues, paper towels, cups, more towels, the toilet, extra toilet paper. First time taking a shower on a train. Let's see how this goes. On the Canadian, they give you a big towel. In fact, they gave me 2 towels. I've got a washcloth and a little pouch here with some soap and shampoo. Obviously, I don't need the shampoo. There's also a little area here for you to put your used towels, and then of course a trash can there. Let's see, so the shower has the temperature setting. This turns it on, and then of course the shower head. The shower was a great success. Great water pressure, lots of heat. They gave you a nice big towel to dry off with, and now I feel like a new man, perfectly clean. The other day when I was in Dollarama, I saw this and I picked it up. It's called Leclerc Maple Leaf Cookies Biscuits, and Rachel, my bunkmate, says I have to try this. She says it's going to be my new addiction, and she's the one that told me to record this as I eat it. So let's see here. Rachel, do you want one?
No, I'm good for
You
now.
sure?
Thank you.
I'm sure you had many.
I know, yeah, but I'm still full from lunch.
Me too, but it smells like pancake syrup, honestly. Yeah, that's really good. I could use a thing of milk to dip this in some milk. That's fantastic. Oh my gosh, that's good. It had to kick in for a minute.
So it's worth just under $1 million.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome to your last supper with us.
Yeah, it is
It's dinner time here on the Canadian. I've got my menu here, and the meals change every day. So breakfast, lunch, dinner, it changes every day, and the meals are based on the region you're traveling through. So this evening, for example, we have the bone-in pork chop, pan-roasted cod loin, stuffed cheddar chicken, and some kind of tofu, which you know I'm not going to get the tofu. But the stuffed cheddar chicken and the bone-in pork chop, I can't decide. It might be a coin flip on that one.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to dinner in the diner.
Where nothing is finer.
Yes, that was good. So, my name is Jennifer. We have some new passengers with us this afternoon. I'm the dining car steward in charge of bar service. We have Elliot, we have Tanner, and we have Sophia. They've been your servers. From the kitchen, we have Naresh. He's been your chef. Here he comes. And here we have Camilla. She's been our cook. He's been helping him out. So, as you look through the menu tonight, our soup is a just tomato-based vegetable soup.
Perfect.
The girls will come by. Any dietary needs, restrictions, please let them know. Any questions about the menu? Eat, drink, be merry, and enjoy your dinner with us.
Thank you. For starters this evening, I have some tomato vegetable soup and a pretzel bun, again, just like yesterday. Look at this. Stuffed chicken, amazing. Are you excited to get off of work?
I'm gonna be sad to see you go, but I'm excited to go home too, not gonna lie.
How long do you have off before you have to work again?
I work off of a spare board, so I'm not assigned like some of the people here. So it depends. I could go out again tomorrow, I could go in 2 days, in 3-5 days.
Okay.
So it depends just wherever I'm at the spare board and how busy we are.
Nice.
Yeah, from Winnipeg.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Enjoy.
We have one.
Key lime pie for dessert tonight. I think I'm gonna have like 3 bites. I'm stuffed. I just finished dinner. It was wonderful. And now I'm walking to the very back of the train to the parked car. I've not been to the parked car yet. Only prestige class can go there during the day, but anybody traveling in sleeper class can go there after 5 p.m. until 11 p.m. The car I'm in now is one of the prestige class sleepers, and it's towards the very back of the train as I'm headed toward the parked car. Hello.
How are you today?
I'm checking out the parked car. I
Beautiful.
haven't been here yet.
Well, welcome.
Well, thank you.
This is like me in the morning. You know, I gotta get the coffee first. Gotta warm up a little.
We're on the west side of 33.
Yeah, by Stanley.
The parked car is at the very end of the train, and it has a pointy end, almost like a bullet. It's very nice, and it's reserved most of the time for prestige class, although sleeper class can come here during the evening times. All right, time to head back to my part of the train. Some really nice people that I met here on the trip, Heather and Ken from Thunder Bay, have invited me to look at their cabin for 2. I'm just sleeping in an upper bunk, but they have a cabin for 2, so we're gonna take a look at that. So they actually have a door, which I don't, and then you go in, and it looks like they've got a closet right here, very thin closet, but closet nonetheless. And the room has been made up for the bed, so there is a nice big bunk on top. That is a good sized bunk. Probably bigger, definitely bigger than the one that I have for the upper bunk. And of course it has this netting so no one falls out. Then the lower bed down here with the lamp there, nice. All right, and then over here, there's the sink. And it looks like this folds out maybe to get to the sink. And you can store some things there if you want to. Got soap, earplugs, and then I'm going to assume this is the toilet, and it is. So there's your toilet right there. That's a huge advantage to have your own toilet in the room for sure. They've got room up top here to put some smaller bags, some towels, fan right up there, which is important because I guess it could get stuffy. A little shelf right here for, he's got his sunglasses there, but you could put a cell phone or a wallet or whatever. And then of course, there's the window looking out. Yeah, very cool. Very nice. And then inside, you've got a photo there, a plug, but he was smart and brought his adapter, so he's got some USB plugs in there and some little lights I'm not gonna touch. Yeah. Very nice. I'm really appreciative of them letting me come in here and film this room. So cabin for 2 on Via Rail Canadian, this is what it looks like. Now that you've seen what a cabin for 2 looks like, I'm going to show you where I'm staying. I have an upper berth, and so at nighttime you have a ladder and there's a berth on this side. So we have a ladder right here that goes up to mine. Of course we have Rachel down below. She has her own, and then up here is mine. And again, it's a little bit dark, but along the side over here, you've got this netting where you can put things. They give you a washcloth with some kind of chocolate. There's some pillows. You've got this nice area up top. You can put your cell phone, wallet, whatever you want to over there. There's actually a lot more room than what you would think. Okay, I've crawled up here to the top of my berth. and I'm sitting here, and you can see there's plenty of headspace. I've got plenty of room. I'm 6 foot tall, and when I sleep here, I had plenty of room from my head and my feet. I was not crowded at all. Lots of width, lots of room going sideways. I sleep on my side, and I had plenty of room to extend my arms. So right back here, you've got the lights that go off and on, just like that. This area is where I put my wallet, my glasses, a couple pillows. This netting's really nice. It doesn't get in the way at nighttime, but allows you to put your stuff and get it up out of the way. Yeah, just a nice place. It's a really good value. The train has stopped right now because of wildfires to the south of the tracks up ahead. So we're gonna be here minimum 2 hours. But I'll tell you, I know I've said it a bunch in this video, this has just been the best train ride. It's been so comfortable. The people have been amazing. The scenery's phenomenal. And we haven't even gone through the mountain part yet. It's just been the forest and the woods and the lakes and the rivers. It's just been great. So while we're stopped, I'm sitting here working on YouTube videos. I'm currently working on episode 5, which is Toronto. I just finished up episode 4, which is Ottawa. So riding on the train gives me a lot of time to work on these. So I don't have any trouble getting out those first 4 or 5 videos. It's once the train ride is over, and then I have a bunch of other travels with pretty much non-stop itineraries, and I won't have time like this to sit down and work on the others. So I'm not worried about getting out the first 5 videos. It's videos 6 through 24 that may take a little while. So as you're watching this one, you've already seen the Ottawa video. And if you haven't, make sure you go back and check it out. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do that as well. It is Monday, June 2nd. I'm sitting in the Dome car. Right now we're currently stopped because there's some wildfires ahead, and they're just using preventative measures to make sure we're gonna be safe. So I've been talking with Mimi, who has been phenomenal on this trip, and I don't know everything she does because she seems to do everything. So I wanted to ask Mimi, like, what is your, this is Mimi, by the way, what is your job title, and what do you do? You do everything.
So I'm an activity coordinator. So this particular job, I'm here to make sure that the coffee and the tea and the snacks are constantly replenished.
And they are.
And then I'm supposed to do vignettes, so about the different provinces, where we're going, what's going on. We make PA announcements about each village we're going through, because there's quite a few stops, especially on the east side. And we're here to chat, answer some questions, because lots of people, like, for example, right now, like, we're looking outside, don't really know where you are, don't know what you're looking at. So that's what I'm here for. And they've given us good information to be able to differentiate where we are. I also do activities like wine tasting, beer tasting. I do bingo and trivia. I even like to make my own trivia based on the different provinces and the different areas we go through.
Let me interrupt with that, because her trivia was so difficult, which was great. It's great for trivia, but I didn't know any of it. So great job on the trivia.
There's supposed to be multiple choice. You have a 25% chance of winning. That's the nice part. Hopefully. And then, yeah, so among all of this, when we started this job, we basically are on from 6 in the morning till 11:30. So, you know, you try to keep yourself busy, chat with the folks, and that's basically the favorite part of my job. Like, my very first year when I started working here, I really want to be activity, but it's technically not the first right you get when you started work here, so it's like considered a promotion. So the minute it was up for grabs at the beginning of my first summer, I went straight for it, and I knew this is where I belonged. The activity car is the heart of the train. It's also where people get to make friends, talk to each other, get to know each other. And there's people from all over the world, which makes it even more exciting.
Yeah, and like I say, she has done such a great job on this trip. You know, I totally agree. This, you can't tell right now because people are either at dinner or they're in bed. It is 9 o'clock, even though it's daylight outside. So people are in bed, but this is like where everything happens. And how many of these cars are on this train?
So this particular set, there's about 3 dome cars. There's the economy one, activity A, which was with us here, activity B in the back, and then there is another dome, but it's not considered a dome car. It's the park car, the bullet lounge. So they have a dome access, but it's only for prestige. Right.
Yeah, and I went down there earlier and checked out that car. It was very cool, very modern, but I'll be perfectly honest, like, this is more my speed right here. So I really enjoy this. So she has been phenomenal on this trip, and she gets off soon, well, hopefully soon if we get there, tonight at some point, or tomorrow morning or sometime, whenever we get to Winnipeg. and she lives in Winnipeg, and that's where her trips start or end either way.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, Mimi, what is your favorite part of your job?
Literally this, chit-chatting with people. I've been a social butterfly since I was a kid, and I get to do a job that literally allows me to do that. Talk to folks, learn a lot of things. Like, I'm not the type of person that ever gets offended when people have something to put into a conversation, especially when I'm doing my talks. Like today, I ended up finding out that there's a bigger community of Francophones in New Brunswick that I didn't even know about, and it's one of the most bilingual provinces that we have. So it's like a lady chatting to me for an hour about that, and I had no idea. So it's not that I'm here like to think that I know it all. I'm actually here to also learn a lot. So that's what makes my job the most cool part of it all, and I get to connect with people about lots of different levels.
Yeah. Her talk today on Manitoba, she literally talked for over an hour. It was amazing. Like, it was nonstop, and she had all this information and was answering questions, and it was just phenomenal. You know, being a teacher, I told her yesterday that she did a great job on her Ontario talk, and so she's just a natural at this. So VRL, if you're watching this, she's phenomenal. So make her, give her a promotion or a raise or something, because she's a great employee and a great asset to your company. So thank you for talking with me for a few minutes.
Thank you.
I think that'll do it for day 2 here on the Canadian. It's almost time for bed. We're running a few hours behind, not a big deal, I don't care. As long as I'm in Vancouver by Saturday morning, I'm good to go. I'm having a great time riding this train, and looking forward to day 3 tomorrow. Have a good night, see you in the morning. Because this video was getting so long, I decided to split it into 2 parts. Be on the lookout for part 2 of my VRL Canadian trip across Canada.